New season content for Space Marine 2 is released, and with it, the new operation, difficulty, cosmetic changes, and general fixing, coming in at 7.2GB for PC and probably a little less for consoles. But what do you actually need to know? So the new operation, the termination mission on Kadaku, which takes place on day 4 of the Tyranid invasion. We can see the surface of Kadaku has started to change drastically, and now with the capillary towers, the Tyranids have started to sufficiently harvest the biomass of the planet. And we of course have the large biotitans, the Hierophant, we have to eliminate. It should be another interesting mission. And on lethal difficulty, let me tell you, it's insane. Talking of the new difficulty, it promises to make operations harder for us to complete, and I think they've absolutely delivered, which I think was needed given that Ruthless was still at times pretty easy. The new difficulty gives us even less ammo, less stims, more enemies, and more Terminus and Extremist enemies, sometimes all at once. Max ammo crates have a limited refill per player, Majoris enemies can become enraged, which make them even harder to kill, and armor gained from finishes only gives you the armor if you're within range of your fellow battle brothers, as well as a new helmet for completing Ruthless difficulty on all of the missions. Moving on to weapon adjustments, the fencing melee defense now has the same duration as the balanced defense, but it now starts from the first frame of the parry animation, which I think that means parrying enemies when pressing the action to do so with a fencing weapon means it has a faster response time and sharper activation. Chainsword, power fist, and combat knife charged attacks are now worth doing due to a damage boost. The tactical class All-Spec Scan bonus damage to bosses has been reduced by 30%, and melter charges have now been nerfed with a 70% reduction against bosses, which means no more easy hive tyrant kills. They should really rename it to the tickle charge and not the melter charge at some point. For difficulty adjustments, the player armor for Ruthless has been reduced by 30%, and for Substantial, your player armor is reduced by 10%. On the topic of difficulty adjustments, the devs have said that they are aware that operations was becoming a little too easy following patch number 3, so they want to make it harder for us, but they are going to continue monitoring the situation and will adjust accordingly if need be in the future. Now onto the more pertinent changes and tweaks. The AI, the Rubric Marines teleporting away from you now have a shorter teleport range and cannot teleport to the other side of the map from you. Very nice. Chaos finally gets some more customization, with the primary and secondary colours as well as the tertiary colours now being accessible to Sotek Green, Night Lord's Blue, Death Guard Green, and Khorne Red. Chaos decals can now be also applied in Sotek Green and Khorne Red, and Chaos also get a right shoulder pad decal that we can apply. Colour appearances have been changed so that they're more lore accurate and true to diverse, the affected colours being Mechanicus Standard Grey, Sharpty Bone, Venetian Purple, the Fang, Iron Hand Steel, and Retributor Armor. In terms of general bugs and fixes, the Assault perk Ascension no longer kills the owner. The Thunderhammer perk Patience Rewarded now displays the correct description with the health below 30% part. The Sniper perk Targeted Shot apparently works now. The Sniper perk Guardian Protocol now has the correct cooldown. The tactical perk Close Targeting now triggers properly, and the tactical perk Radiating Impact now also triggers properly, as well as UI fixes, minor animation adjustments and fixes, and localization fixes. And that is all of the pertinent new additions to Space Marine 2. You can view the full patch notes online. If you found it useful, leave a like, follow for more, and thank you for watching.